Alrighty, what's up YouTube and welcome to another season of the Prep Diaries. So I did want to start this series a lot sooner, but life was just super hectic. I enrolled in some class, I started a new job, and Nico started the same job as well, and then we decided to move apartments. So it's just been super crazy, and I finally have the time now to film stuff. So I have been prepping for a while now. We're just a little under 9 weeks out to my first show this year. I have been prepping now for a few weeks already. I believe I've already been prepping for about 7 weeks. So anyways, I thought I'd kick this off with a little grocery haul. So I normally do my groceries every week and a half or 2 weeks. Let's get to unboxing so I can meal prep. Also, by the way, it's a Sunday, so that means that it is a low day for me because it's a non-training day. So on Sundays, I still do my activity requirements, but my macros are a little bit different from the rest of the days of the week. So I'm excited to get this unboxed so that I can finally meal prep. It's currently 11:45 in the morning and I'm still fasted just because on my low days, I like to fast for as long as I can, just so I'm not starving by the end of the day. So first up, we have some garlic powder. I am absolutely in love with garlic powder. I use it literally every single day. I prefer getting these like McCormick singles packets just because if you've used garlic powder before, then you probably have been frustrated by how it like clumps up super easily. So I prefer these just so I don't waste any, and also I don't waste my time having to like, the clumps. Yeah, I got garlic powder. So these are just my drinks. So I have a little set of mini Coke Zeros. The reason why I get the minis is because I'm not really a big carbonated drinks type of person, but during prep, it does help quite a bit with like feeling satiated. So I just have these so I don't waste any. And then I have some Vita. I usually get like flavored ones like this just to keep, just in case I'm craving for something that tastes a little bit more like juice. It'll also keep me full, but I don't like to have a lot of these. I'll have them like once every 2 weeks or so. With Vita specifically, it does bloat me a little bit up until the next day. 2 or 3 weeks out even, I'll just cut them out. Next, we have some Ride and Lights. I got these in the cucumber and the peach flavors. These are my favorite Ride and Light flavors. For Ride and Light, I really like cucumber, peach, the root beer one. The lemon's okay. And then I think it's the like the calamansi ginger one that I also really like, but they didn't have it this time. And then I've got some almond milk. Well, this is just the plain unsweetened one. So that is bag number one. Right, and bag number two is meats and produce. So first up, we've got a cabbage. I really like to incorporate cabbage into my meals just to give it a little bit more volume, and I just find that it tastes good with like a lot of the ingredients that I like to use. So I've got a cabbage. Next up is a prep holy grail. So I just have 2 cucumbers. I like to use the same vegetables pretty much for my whole prep, but I do like to cut vegetables out at least 2 weeks out. I like to use a mix of green cabbage, red cabbage, and cucumbers. Zucchini as well, but I got it like a week ago, and I don't know, like when I had it in my food, I just wasn't vibing with it. So I got cucumbers this week instead. Next up, we have some garlic and some ginger. I've also ordered some of that like sushi pickled ginger because Zach, my coach, told me to get some because I had a lot of trouble with my digestion again, as per usual. But yeah. So next up, we have some ground beef. This is 2 kilos of the lean ground beef that I could find, the only lean ground beef that I could find in my supermarket. So when it comes to lean ground beef, of course, you could go to like fancier butcher shops. It'll probably be more accurate when they give you a percentage, but to be honest, one, I am too broke for that, and two, there isn't a single fancy butcher in my town. So I go to my local supermarket. So this time around I went to Okay, so far for this prep for anybody based in the Dumaguete area, the ground beef at Robinson's Supermarket downtown is much leaner than the ones you can find in like City Mall, Lee Plaza, the other places, and even Robinson's Main. So I get it from there. When it comes to ground meat, I like to get just the leanest that I can find in the supermarket, but then also I keep in mind that that's not accurate. So what I do is I'll cook it down as much as I can, and then I'll strain out all the oil and I'll just leave it like strained for at least like 30 minutes or so. That way I can like get all of that oil out. Oh, I've also gotten some tortillas. They're the Mission tortilla wraps. You can find it at pretty much every single grocery store in the Philippines. I just get the regular ones. I know they have like a whole grain or whatever option, but to be honest, if you look at the nutrition facts, they're almost exactly the same. I don't like the earthy taste that the whole grain has, so I just use the regular ones. And I've also got some eggs. And then next bag is more produce. First, I've got some watermelon, which I have to drain this before it starts getting soggy. And then I have some pomelo. I really like pomelo. So I used to just eat pomelo by itself, and then Nico suggested that I have it with some salt because that man will literally eat any and every fruit except for berries with salt. And since I tried doing that, I have not had my pomelos or my apples any other way, which leads us to the next one, which are 4 apples. So I got the biggest ones I could find and I just cut them down and weigh them out, and then I'll just have whatever in my meal plan. So this prep's a little bit different, by the way, because I am not on a meal plan. So my coach just gives me macros, and then I usually make my meal plan once a week, and then I recheck it the night before just to make sure that that's still the food that I want to eat. So I get to have more freedom when it comes to my food sources. To put it in simple terms, I am on an IFYM. IIFYM. If it fits your macros structure this time. And then I just have some, it says green lemon, but part of me is hoping that it's actually limes because I really like limes, so I got them. And then last but not the least, I got myself some avos, some nice avocados just to have with my food because I've been loving more of a Mexican type of flavor. Also, I don't know if the mic is picking it up, but you guys might hear some clacking. It's because I am breaking in my other pair of heels. These are my Fabulous Toys ones, and I haven't used them in a while, so they're a bit tough, and I'm trying to break them in just because I want to see like what differences it would make to my poses. Anyway, so I'm gonna store this all cupboards in my fridge, and then I'm gonna meal prep because I do have to go back to work. I do work 7 days a week, so even though it's a Sunday, I'm still working and I'm just on break right now to do this video and then also meal prep. Time to clean up and prep. Satisfying you while I keep bleeding. I don't know why you act like you innocent. You can hear me over the sound of the beef, but I just realized I'm about to be late for work, so I just said fuck it, and here are my artwork of a fucking pancake stack. So yeah, here are my pancakes. I know they don't look pretty, but it was because I was rushing. I was just dumping everything into the pan, but they are very, very tasty. So that's all that I get to eat, and this is worth 2 meals. Yellow, it hurts like yellow, yellow, yellow. You have to let me go. Yellow, yellow, it hurts like yellow. We tried too many times. Don't misbehave. You must not know me. You make me crazy, kinda like Johnny. Don't sit down better, making me lose my mind, 'cause I just don't know. Okay, so I've just finished meals 1 and 2. For meals 1 and 2, it was just my pancakes. So I was supposed to divide that into 2 smaller servings. However, I had some work to do and I still have some work to do. I just cleared up a few things with work and then finished my meals. And I wanted to first show you guys what supplements I'm using. this prep because I'm itchy. I think that's a question that I do get asked a lot from like story replies and stuff, so I figured I'm gonna answer that question. So here we go. Sorry, by the way, my chair creaks a lot. Anyway, so these are gonna be the supplements that I'm using every single day. They've been the supplements that I've been using for about 2 months now. So I have the regular like pre-workout and stuff like that, and then I also have my like supplements slash vitamins. First things first, I also actually still need to take my supplements for the day, so I'm gonna go through them while I prepare them to take them. The first thing that I take is calcium. I just use this brand, the Kirkland one, with a generic drugstore brand. I take 1 tab of this a day, which is 600 milligrams. And then the next thing I take is DIM or diethylmethane. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but this just helps with my acne. I know for this specific bottle it says that it's for men, but this was the only one available at the store when I went there, and upon reading like all the supplement packs and stuff, we figured that the dose is like super low. So I use this one just to help manage acne, not necessarily from prep, but from my off season. So I was like riddled in hives and acne on my chest and my shoulders, and as you can see, like it's pretty much gone now, just some scarring, and this has been a huge part in that. Zach actually put me onto this, so shout out Zach. Oh, I forgot to take one. Next thing that I take is vitamin D3. I usually take 5,000 IU of this per day, but this bottle is a 2,000 IU one just because it was the only one available at the time I bought it, but I am running out of it, so I bought one with the 5,000 dosage. So for this one, since it's only 2,000, I would just rather stick with 4,000 than go over it, although to be honest with you, it's not gonna kill you or anything. Next thing that I take is hair, skin, and nails formula. This one is just from the brand Swanson's. It's got collagen, biotin, and L-cysteine. So I can't know for sure, but just based on like observation, I do feel like it has helped a lot. Like, so for one thing, I just have like a really full head of hair. I've always had, but I did have like a lot of hair fall during the off season, and my hair was feeling like super coarse and everything. And I don't know if you can see hair flex, but now it's like my hair's fine. I just need a haircut because I haven't gotten a haircut in I think 5 months or so now, and it's super long, as you can see. But I decided I wasn't gonna get a haircut until before the show. That way I don't end up with like an awkward length of hair. So yeah, so hair, skin, and nails. And then I also have an acetylcysteine or NAC. I think this one is a little bit more well known. It just helps with antioxidants and stuff. This is especially used for people when they finish their prep and they go into their off season. They use it for like detoxing. Some people like to use it during prep as well, so I prefer to use it during prep and after. Next one is a multivitamin. So this one is just from Swanson. I really like Swanson. They're cheap, and I've used them since my first prep, which was like 2022, and it hasn't failed me. I haven't gotten any bad side effects and stuff, so I stick to them. Next one, oh, I'm not supposed to take this today. Next one is a digestive enzyme. As you guys know, if you've been here a while, I really struggle with digestion. I am literally one wrong ingredient away from bloating for like a week straight all the time. So this one really helps me out a lot. I literally just moved into this apartment this Friday, so that's like 2.5 days ago. So please don't judge me for having the tag still on my bottle. I literally just bought most of the things that are in here except for the furniture. Alright, so those were the supplements that I take in the morning. And then at night I have my magnesium, it's this one. And then I have some melatonin to go with it as well. This is the first year where I haven't been needing to use melatonin as much. I actually just now use it for nights where I'm really having some trouble sleeping. And I think the main reason for that is the fact that I've been controlling my caffeine a lot more. So since I started working with Zach, we've started having a caffeine curfew. So I'm not allowed to drink anything or eat anything with caffeine past 2 p.m. That's been a big adjustment for me. but it has been helping massively, like with my sleep. The only drawback though is that I normally work out at like 5 p.m. after work and classes, and I have been in struggle town when it comes to workouts. So most of the time now, I try and finish all of my workload as early as possible so that I can go to the gym before 2 p.m. or at least drink my pre-workout before then. So limit your caffeine, and you shouldn't need any sleeping aids, or you shouldn't need them as much. Although with prep, of course, sleep is one of the things that will be affected regardless of what you do. So just expect that going into it. Alright, so these are the tablet things that I take in a day. Next are the other stuff that I take throughout the day. The first one is my electrolytes. I normally have this in the morning, or if I forget to have this in the morning, or if I'm not able to do my activity requirements in the morning, then I'll have it during my cardio. So I'm just using this one from I don't know, is the brand UCAN or is it UCAN Hydrate? I'm not entirely sure. I'm just gonna call it UCAN. So I just got this off the local supplement stores here. I think it's also in Shopee. This one is in the flavor pineapple, and it is so good. Like, if you're Filipino and you know Tang, the pineapple flavored Tang, it's almost exactly the same, just a little bit less sweet. So there's that. Okay, now another thing that I take every morning, but actually I also take it twice a day, is glutamine. So I specifically get the NutriBio glutamine for this. It's got a really, really long handle to the scooper, which makes it so easy for me to scoop stuff out, and it doesn't get buried under all of the powder. So I like this brand for that, and also because I trust it. And another thing is that this has the most amount of servings per bottle. So I do glutamine once in the morning while I'm still fasted, so first thing in the morning, and then I also have it in my intra workout, which I'll show you guys in a second. Okay, now the next thing that I take during prep is this one right here, creatine. So I like to keep creatine in even up until show day. It's not something that I take out. I don't believe that it's something that retains water or that makes you look fat. For me, when it comes to physique and especially like competing, the only thing that's gonna make you look fat is actually being fat. So I don't take it out. Okay, now for the supplements that I take around my workout or my training periods. First one is my pre-workout. So I actually go with two, and both of them are from Rule 1. So this one is Rule 1 Pump. This one actually is a non-stim pre-workout. So on days where I can't go to the gym early, then I take this one instead. And then on days where I can go to the gym early and I can have some caffeine in my pre-workout, then I take the Roar one. This is actually something that Nico and I only discovered this year, that it's actually really tasty. I really love the grape flavored one, but unfortunately they didn't have it. So I have the Roar in Fruit Punch, and then I have my Rule 1 Pump in Fruit Punch. Okay, now last but definitely not the least, because this is my absolute favorite thing of my training days. Like, one of the things that I hate about non-training days is that I can't have this because it's just so tasty and it makes me so happy. And that is the Accent Sledge, the Grind, and I get it in the flavor Dragon Fruit Yuzu. This tastes like candy. I don't know how to explain it, but this is like one of the tastiest supplement drinks I've ever had, and I've actually already bought another 2 bottles just so I don't run out of it. So yeah, that wraps up all of the supplements that I take in a day during prep. I hope that you guys got something out of it. I mean, to be honest, it's pretty basic, so I'm sorry if it's not anything like whoa, what? But yeah, I like to keep things super basic, and also the reason why I love working with Zach is because he also keeps things super simple. So yeah, these are all the supplements that I take. I'm now gonna get back to work, finish up my work, and then I'm gonna get changed because it was my grandpa's birthday on the 6th, and we're only now celebrating it tonight. So I'm going to dinner with my grandpa Nico, and then it's also my dad's birthday, but he's actually not here. But yeah, so I'm gonna finish up my work, then I'm gonna get dressed, go to my grandpa's dinner, and then after that, Nico and I are gonna do our steps/cardio together and just walk around town and stuff. So yep, I'll check back in later.
You depend on my weakness, satisfying